Watson up towards Blanche along Highway 273, and this is moving out of basically north of Galesville. Now, Galesville, you're in the clear of this particular storm, but I do want to show you where this broad area of rotation is, and this is going to reach back around. I really think this is going to be a huge wind event. This is where we're really picking up on some of those velocities. The speeds there of the winds are much higher just outside of Congo, reaching upwards of 70 miles per hour. So this is definitely a threat as far as the wind is concerned. A big old wind event. Now you've got a little push or a little pulse of energy there in the backside, and actually with this latest scan you can see that curvature kind of increasing, so that increases our opportunity for some of that rotation. But as we've mentioned all day today, don't just focus on the tornado threat, focus on the straight line wind event, because treating that like you would treat a tornado is equally as important. So keep in mind that most of the storms that we're seeing today have kind of varied between rotating strong winds or just straight line winds, and there will be the likelihood of lots of widespread damage, some caused by tornadoes, some caused by straight line winds, and we've got a slew of reports of power outages as well caused by both. So this is a big windy day, and the storm system now in northern Cherokee County is tracking off to the north. Let me zoom in here, and just so we can see a little bit better, get a little bit better feel of where this storm is tracking. So basically between Little River and Taft, so just to the north of Little River, you've got Little River Canyon, so you've got a river that flows through here. These towns are going to be north of Weiss Lake. So Weiss Lake, you're fine. It's going to be north of Weiss Lake near Little River up towards Taft into Blanche, where we need to really get to your safe spot, and then over towards Waterloo Springs, Ringgold, Broomtown, and Dewey. Make sure that you are getting to a safe spot right now. You are all within this warning, and because this is such a wide swath of wind and really a broad area of circulation, I want to make sure that everyone is covered as far as getting to your appropriate place of safety. Go over that list, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, stay away from windows, make sure that you get to the lowest floor of your home, grab some pillows, blankets, helmet on the head, shoes on the feet, go through the checklist. You know what it is. Be confident in that. Be confident that you do know what the best approach is for safety in your home, and now we're just going to have to write it out as this storm marches off to the east into the northeast. Right now, it is tracking from Congo over towards Taft. That's where we're seeing the greatest rotation right now. Let me pinpoint some of these wind speeds where we're seeing these brighter colors. Look at that, 77 mile per hour, 70 mile per hour, 72. So yeah, this is an intense wind that is going to be felt, and then getting some rotation on the back end of that right now. This storm system is tracking right along State Route 273, and this is really basically, if you live along Highway 273 from Little River to Congo and Taft, get to your safe place right now, and this will be intersecting. So Galesville sits on State Route 35, so where 35 and 273 meet, kind of right under our icons there. That's basically traveling. That's going to be where the storm is traveling. So Grassland, Water Springs, even Ringgold, you're in there. Blanche, go ahead and seek shelter, and then over towards Broomtown, Dewey. Beautiful part of the state there in East Alabama. Again, this is going to be just to the north of Weiss Lake. A little rural out there, but some lake combs there that's sitting on the lake. Some few mountain homes are starting to reach some higher elevations. Just north of this is Mentone, Alabama, and then you have DeSoto Park just to the north of that, Fort Payne, and just beyond that to the north. So now we're starting to get into the northeastern edge of the state. So we've made this move from the west to the east. Let's reset everything. I want to show you what our reflectivity looks like, where the rain is at this moment, because this is telling a big picture for us today. And basically what we want to make note of is these storms that we're tracking today. Right now, the threat for our viewing area is actually going down. We still have the northern part of Cherokee County, again, just outside of Fort Payne there. You've got DeSoto Falls, DeSoto State Park, and actually as this storm leaves Alabama and enters into Georgia, they already have that warned for as a severe thunderstorm warning. So just as we were talking about, it looked like it was losing some of those rotating characteristics and transitioning more into a big wind event. The winds are categorized in the severe thunderstorm category. That's why we have it warned for there. And for the rest of the state, actually relatively quiet for now, but that may not be the story all night. And actually, I just heard some noises go off that could mean indicating otherwise. But down over towards Mississippi, warnings are still popping off. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings near Grenada, Mississippi, and then back towards Meridian. Things have quieted just a bit, but to the south of Forest, south of I-20 there from Jackson to Meridian, another severe thunderstorm warning on the books. So something that we will be watching very closely. And I will say that for now, once this tornado warning is canceled in Cherokee County, we may be able to take a little bit of a breather. I have received a few emails and text messages asking, is this going to get bad where I live? Fill in X community. Most of those requests coming from the Birmingham Metro, Alabaster, really south of I-20, where we haven't had a lot of activity today. Naturally, that becomes the question, right? Is this going to happen here? We've seen a lot of the activity in other parts of the state. What I'm still concerned with is we have a lot of untapped energy. If you haven't seen a lot of rain and you haven't seen a lot of storms today, well, that means the atmosphere is pretty ripe for what is left of this line of thunderstorms that still stretches all the way back into Mississippi. So I do want to show you that really quickly, where we're seeing this line of thunderstorms all the way back towards Hattiesburg. And then there's another line back behind that of some isolated thunderstorms, Jackson, back towards Alexandria. But look at this. We even have storms back towards Shreveport and Texarkana there. So those are some severe thunderstorm warnings that we're seeing on the map there. So there's still quite a bit of runway as far as some of these storms go later on tonight, because this line of thunderstorms extends all the way back to our west quite a ways. So the threat isn't over yet, even though it looks like the threat for us may be taking a bit of a break for right now. That doesn't mean that the risk for severe weather is over. So I want to talk to you one more time about this the tornado warning up towards northern part of Cherokee County here as we were reviewing. This is a really pretty part of the state, and again, heavy rainfall right now in Congo to Blanche, and this is from Taft and then down towards Hurley, Watson, Broomtown. You're about to get some very heavy rainfall. It's already raining there, but it's about to get heavier. And then as we look at our Huntsville, look at this. We can actually see where this rotation is tightened up quite a bit. So we'll stick with this for just a second. Wind speeds right now are going to be incredibly intense with this storm system. Let's just take a little measurement of what some of these 83-mile-per-hour winds. We could be looking at wind speeds at the surface maybe closer to 100 miles per hour. When you add in the rotation, you take the winds that are moving towards and away, add these numbers together, we could be looking at wind speeds close to 100 miles per hour. So that's significant. We'll stick with this one for just a second, okay? This is important to note, whether regardless if it's rotating or not. It is a significant wind event here in Congo. And again, this is going to be north of Weiss Lake, and this is going to be along Highway 273.